A popular toy maker admits this morning that a data breach exposed customers' personal information. VTech says the hack affects nearly 5 million people. Profiles created by parents for their children were compromised. Vice's online magazine Motherboard says they talked to the hacker, and the hacker says these photos of parents and kids were uncovered on VTech's server. CNET senior editor Dan Ackerman is here to look at what could be a growing trend. All right, Dan, good morning. So how did this happen?
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword. This is a company that makes toys, and much like a lot of other companies that are getting into online spaces where they make toys or smart refrigerators and dishwashers, they're not digital native companies, so they may not have kind of the security expertise needed to really secure their databases, and this was a fairly simple hack, and their customer database got compromised. Happens to companies all the time. I feel like we hear about it on a weekly basis.
So do you know why they did it? First, do you know who did it and why they did it?
Well, in this particular case, one of the few bright sides is this appears to be a hacker who wanted to expose the security shortcomings of this company. So he took this data and gave it to a couple of press outfits and then said, I'm not going to do anything else with this. I just want to expose the fact that this data about parents and kids is not being held securely.
So what should people do? Just simply limit the data that they give to all these companies that are being hacked?
That's something we talk about all the time, the amount of data that we give away and who we give it to and who we trust to hold that data. And separately, what do you do with data about your kids? It's very difficult to collect information from children, especially children under 13 legally. So what a lot of companies do is they have the parents make the account and provide some info about the children, and that's what happened in this case.
But I think that's what's really scary. I mean, we've had these data breaches in the past where they involve adults' financial information, but now we're talking about children's information, their age, where they live. I mean, vulnerable members of our society.
And their pictures. They had pictures of the kids too, right?
And how they link this data together. They could say, we're only collecting the first name and maybe the date of birth for the kid, but in the database, it's linked to the parent's account, which has the first name, the last name, the street address, the email address. So now you have a full profile of these kids, which is something you definitely don't want out there.
So what steps is VTech going to take?
You know, they say that they're taking it very seriously. That's what every company says. As soon as they get hacked, every company is taking your privacy and security very seriously. So I'm sure they brought in some outside consultants and tightened up whatever was the cause of that particular hack. But you're going to see this continue, especially as more and more devices like toys, like household appliances that we don't think of as being online, go online and require, user accounts and user data.
I still think we need more information about how to protect our security and our children's security online.
Another wake-up call for a lot of people. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Always good to see you.